Hi, I'm Steve Ferroli, and I hope you are enjoying my presentation of Saving Youth Baseball. I'd like to remind you to like our Facebook page, Ted Williams Baseball League, and also would like to remind you that all the Saving Youth Baseball clips will be presented in chronological order at the website address below. In one of the earlier clips, I talked about the saying, one thing leads to another, either in a positive or a negative way. And in youth baseball, it is a perfect example of how one thing leads to another in a negative way. Let's take a look at this. As previously discussed, if we look at the man-sized plate as a clear miscalculation at this point, we can see how one thing led to another. The pitcher starts to overthrow the ball. The hitter backs off the plate and starts to create a defensive mentality, and then the umpire opens the zone to basically try to put a band-aid on it all. One thing leading to another in a negative way. I suppose at this point of this presentation, I am really hoping that you are starting to see the value of format, the importance and value of format. Format being primarily dimensions and equipment. To promote this presentation, we have asked several pages and groups to allow us to post the video presentation clips as they're completed. And we couldn't help but noticing all the parents asking for help for their youth players, reaching out asking for help. I mean, on these parent pages, you have hundreds of videos of children pitching, hitting, and so on, with parents asking advice. And then you'll have these commenting sections of people trying to help, all in good intention. And then on the coaching pages, you have discussions about various parts of the game. And all these people are trying to help kids in baseball. My frustration is knowing that all these efforts are restrained by an out-of-scale format. Every question, every answer, every discussion. What I see are thousands of good people trying to help their children in a very difficult game that an out-of-scale format is making even more difficult or next to impossible. Another way to say this or to look at it would be if all the participants in your baseball program, the players, the coaches, the umpires, if all those roles received a letter grade as a whole, in my opinion, they would receive at least a higher letter grade in the Ted Williams League format. And I hope that that statement is both motivational and encouraging to you. Unfortunately, there is another miscalculation that causes a similar string of negative reactions, and that is the baseball itself. When Carl Stotts took the field back in the late 40s to scale down baseball, all his calculations were based on a boy throwing a man-sized ball, and this really does not make sense. Unfortunately, a boy cannot throw a man's baseball as well or as accurate as he needs to in the youth game. In our next clip, I'm going to show you how the wrong ball has created an enormous miscalculation that has led to flaws in the youth baseball format. I hope you have enjoyed this portion of Saving Youth Baseball. I'd like to remind you again to like our Facebook page, Ted Williams Baseball League, and also remind you that all Saving Youth Baseball clips will be presented in chronological order at the website below. I'm guessing there'll be 12 to 20 before I'm done. I try to keep them about 4 minutes long. I'm Steve Ferroli. Get a good pitch to hit.